Free, free! Free, free! After decades of occupation, 7 years of brutal siege, continuous bombardment throughout the years, the massacres of summer rain, autumn clouds, winter rain, pillar of defense, now protective edge. Israel, take note. Palestinians are not going anywhere. We are here with the Palestinians till they get their freedom. Free. We will walk the path with the Palestinians to the bitter end, irrespective of what arms, what chemical weapons, what destructive methods you employ against us, whether it be in Palestine or whether it be Britain. And I say that with a heavy heart. While the Palestinians are being massacred, our Prime Minister rang Netanyahu to provide his staunch support. I say not in our name, not in my name. Prime Minister, if you don't change your friends, we will change our Prime Minister soon. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is an aggressor. Israel is an occupier. Israel terrorizes the Palestinians. And the BBC calls those who are defending themselves as militant. I said despicable. Shame on you, BBC. Shame on you, BBC. My friends, I can stay here for hours condemning the Israelis and the British government. But we need to change the situation in Gaza. We need to join the hundreds of thousands and become activists. Call on our government, each and every one of you go back home and email your MP to stop selling arms to Israel, to end occupation, and to call upon the sanctions and boycott of Israel apartheid state. My friends, we can make a change. There are millions of people in almost every capital city of the world. Let's join together and united see the end of occupation and a free. Thank you very much.
Sorry, another health and safety. Can people there just step back a little bit? A sister's just fainted. Can you please cooperate and just step back? Everyone just step back one knot. A sister has fainted. Please do cooperate. Give her the privacy, inshallah.
Okay, we need a medic at the front. Can everybody be really careful because it's a really hot today? So these are health and safety announcements. Please, can you make sure that you're hydrated? Can you make sure that you keep your kids with you? I know. Can you also make sure you give people a bit of space, right? And there's some space. If people move a little bit down there, the police have opened up more of the road. So if you can just move a little bit further to your left, and then you can let more people in. But we know it's really cramped. Those of you who are not fasting, obviously, you're going to be hydrated. The rest of you who are, please just pace yourselves and try and move down and give people a bit of space, okay? And so other people can come in. Because we've got 100,000 people here and we want to get everyone in. Free! I went through some of the organisations who are supporting today, and it's an unprecedented alliance of organisations. Our next speaker represents the union that works for public and civil servants, PCS, and I'm really pleased that Zita Holborn is joining us today. Zita!
Greetings, sisters and brothers. Greetings. I'm pleased to be here representing PCS. PCS today and bringing a message of solidarity and good wishes for the people of Palestine. The PCS Union International Committee has issued a statement condemning the Israeli military strikes. PCS gives its full support for this demo and other demos and rallies taking place globally, calling for an end to the murder of innocent people. We condemn the Israeli military strikes. Palestinian lives are not being treated as of equal value, aided by irresponsible media globally. Whilst the discriminatory and apartheid regime of the Israeli state goes unchallenged, oppression of Palestinians in the occupied territories and the actions of Israel are barriers to the peaceful settlement, but they are also unlawful, unjust and inhumane. Therefore, political pressure is essential by the UK government and international community to secure lasting peace for a negotiated settlement, which can only be achieved through respect and self-determination. The occupation must end and the separation wall must come down. PCS is campaigning for disinvestment by companies associated with the occupation or engaged in illegal settlements. We are calling on union members to support the fight for justice for Palestine and the boycott, divestment and sanctions campaigns and an end to military assault. I have a message from the General Secretary of PCS, Mark Sawatka, who can't be here today in person but is here very much in spirit. Mark says, "We give our support with all those campaigning for a just settlement and an end to the continued military onslaught of Gaza. When I travelled to Palestine, sadly I saw firsthand the realities whereby Palestinian lives are not regarded of equal value. The Israeli occupation must end and the separation wall and the illegal settlements must be removed. PCS is proud to offer solidarity with the oppressed Palestinians and will continue to urge our members to support the fight for justice, the boycott, divestment and sanctions campaign and an end to military assaults. The people of Palestine deserve a state and they deserve a state now." Mark Sawatka. Brothers and sisters, I want to end by calling on everybody here and individuals, organisations, government and communities globally to give a pledge today. Yesterday was the United Nations Nelson Mandela International Day. Nelson Mandela would have been 96 years old yesterday. One of my other roles is on the National Executive of ACSA, which is the successor organisation to the anti-apartheid movement. What we're seeing in Palestine is apartheid. Nelson Mandela dedicated most of his life to fighting oppression, racism and an end to apartheid. So what better way to mark Nelson Mandela's life and the date of his birth than by pledging 95 minutes to mark his 95 years to speak out and campaign for an end to the atrocities against the people of Palestine, for an end to apartheid that they're experiencing and their right to freedom, peace, equality and humanity. Mandela said to the Palestinian people, "Your freedom and mine cannot be separated. We know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of Palestinians." And this applies to all of us. We cannot embrace our own freedoms until every human being is free, and who more in need of their freedom right now than the people of Palestine? Solidarity!
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Brothers and sisters, there are thousands and thousands of us coming in still. Please take 2 steps to the left. All please take 2 steps to the left. People are getting crushed. People are fainting up there. We don't want anyone to get hurt. Please, there is a lot of room still that we have to fill. Please move down so that the people at the back can join us. Please keep moving down, brothers and sisters. Please keep moving down. Please continue to move down towards the left. We can see the police closing off more and more of the road, so keep coming. In our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinians. In our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinians. In our millions, in our billions. We are all Palestinians.
speaker has written many books, has written many articles, has given many speeches, has inspired many people. I give you Dr. Dawood Abdullah from British Muslim Initiative. Give it up.
Thank you. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Because of its criminal policies pursued in Palestine, Israel has united the Palestinian people behind the resistance. But it is not only the Palestinians who are now united behind the resistance. You, the free people of the world, you are also united behind the resistance. You join many others from Rabat to Jakarta to New York. You serve the cause of freedom for the Palestinian people. And because of its deception, they in Palestine have rejected the negotiations. They have now turned to the resistance, knowing that if they resist or they don't resist, their homes will be demolished, their babies will be killed, and their land will be stolen. So they decide it is better to stand and die free rather than die lying as slaves. We have seen the birth of a new generation, a generation Mr. Khalid Michel warned. Last week he said, you will find a time coming soon when there will not be a Palestinian who believes in the 1967 solution. That time has come. That time has come. There was that lady in Gaza this week. Her name is Muhammad Ayub. Her home was destroyed. She said, when we rebuild the next home, we will rebuild it in Haifa and Akka and Jaffa. So you can experiment with your superior weapons. This is not going to solve the problem. What will determine the outcome of the conflict is their superior will, is their conviction in the justice of their cause and their willingness to sacrifice for it. So finally, we say to you, Mr. Netanyahu, we say to you, continue as long as you want. The resistance will come to you by land, by sea, and by air.